We have some new details.
Ooh.
Yes. Magma GT.
Okay, now I've said off camera that I don't personally like the headlights on the Genesis product, but that looks cool. Mm-hmm. That looks like it was done right.
Do you think it's because those lines are slanted downward, like more aggressively?
Yes, and it's shaped around the hood. You have kind of one above and one below. That is a better representation, I think.
The GV60 I'm not a huge fan of, but I think every other Genesis is gorgeous. I think they all look amazing.
Yeah, they're cool. This is an unrelated take. This looks like an Elite to me. It looks like a Covenant Elite. That's what it like. That
Very organic shapes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they're trying to do what Lexus did with the LFA by setting this like really high performance halo car.
Look what we can do.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Hyundai now.
They're selling N cars like crazy.
It looks great. You got the carbon fiber brakes. Those are probably lightweight carbon wheels.
I would kill to have one of these things.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
They're positioning Magma as a high performance sub brand, kind of like SRT for Dodge or
Do we know if it has electric on the front wheels and obviously
we know it has
engine?
a twin turbo 3.2 liter V8.
So that's in the rear. You got
3.2.
If it's small displacement, that means that it's probably going to have to rev really high. And when you have smaller displacement, that means the individual cylinder or the individual pistons are smaller and they have less rotating mass, and if they have an oversquare design, undersquare, it's one of them. Someone will yell at me about it. That means that
Undersquare means they're longer than they are wide.
Okay, so it would be oversquare. Mm-hmm. So that means that they don't have as far of a distance to travel, which means the piston speeds stay low, so they can rev even higher. So I would guess it's a high revving.
The one line I really like about this, if you start at the front hood, okay, and it kind of sweeps up, you got the headlights on each side, and then past the front wheel, that bulge on the door.
Love a good bulge.
I know you like looking at those bulges. Picks up that line and then slopes back down again.
What are we going to say, Logan?
He likes bulges.
Just throwing that out. I just had to make sure that was known. Does everyone get that? So,
We're not continuing.
just throwing this out there. You know what the Veloster N and the Elantra N come with?
Manual transmission?
Manual transmission.
We got pictures of the interior, and
Ooh,
I know it
wow.
looks like it, but it is not a manual transmission. It is
It's just a selector.
gear selector.
Boo.
I think that interior looks phenomenal.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think that what the Koreans are doing is very interesting. They're following the same line of logic as the Japanese brands from 30 years ago.
Yeah.
They entered with, relatively inexpensive economy cars that offer a great trade-off for quality versus economy. And then they slowly built their brand from there. And now they're getting to the point of brand maturity that Lexus and Acura got to when they were releasing the NSX and the LFA and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so now this is the same thing happening with the Koreans just 20 years later, but what's not weighing the Koreans down, and probably Dad, you can weigh in on this, was like, what was the backlash like when Japanese cars first started coming over?
My dad would probably know more. It was the people in Detroit, basically anywhere in Michigan, or some of those other car manufacturing states.
Ohio.
Were not happy because it, obviously, market share. This one here is, it's gorgeous. It's clearly a niche vehicle and will be admired by anybody who owns it. If MTV Cribs was still a thing, it would appear. I think it should be a manual.
Especially if it's high revving like that.
Could
wanna
you
hold those
imagine?
gears
Like an
out.
8500 Redline, small displacement V8 with a manual mid-engine?
I don't understand why it's because they're chasing the performance numbers. But if you hop into any electric car, you're going to get outperformed at this
Happened
point.
to a Luce.
But you're going to get outperformed. So if they really want to put the best 0 to 60 numbers up, that's just not what I can't imagine having the money for this and buying it over. If you could get the something equivalent with a manual, I would buy it.
There's more value and more fun in being in a manual. You know this with your Miata. It's just more fun being a manual. You could get enough performance out of this that you would ever want. A few tenths of a second in the transmission, time to change gears does not substitute the feel of having more control.
And not everybody who's buying something like this does want 3 pedals. There are guys who bought, the LS 500 and stuff like that. Like they just
Throw a sequential in it. Paddles, no. Paddles are different. It's that right hand down on the gear selector and control the vehicle with the left hand, going through the corners. Even a sequential would work.
Yeah.
Well, I think the brands are starting to become wise to that.
Yeah, this is the GT3 version of that.
To compete with that Toyota.
Yeah.
Competes with the new Toyota
I
that's coming.
love the GRGT.
It's so cool.
It's so
the GRGT
cool.
is
I don't
It's
think
a-
I've seen it.
It's a Toyota Viper.
It's a Toyota Viper.
Yep, that's it.
It's so cool.
It very Lexus looking in the rear.
I saw a CarWows video on it a couple days ago. Apparently, it's not a Toyota. There's no Toyota badge on anywhere.
It's a
just
GR.
GR.
Gazoo Racing.
Yep. Yeah, this GT3 concept's pretty dang cool.
Why does this get me so much more excited than a new Lambo or a new Ferrari?
It's new because it's actually new. It's Korean.
different.
Yeah, it's different.
Lamborghini and Ferrari, they're exotics, but it's like, oh, it's the next Lamborghini. This is a completely separate design language, something that it's not an iteration
That's what I was gonna say.
of a previous vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
It is completely brand new in design.
But I would jump up and down if I saw one of these in person. I would want to talk to the person. I would want to go why what pushed you to buy this instead of the established brands? What I would want to know all about this.
Same guys who bought McLarens 10 years ago, honestly.
You know what? This feeds your imagination in taking the time to look at each individual piece for car guys and study it.
Yeah.
The Lambos and the Ferraris don't do that as much.
See, I feel like they always have to harken back to something in their heritage, and then if you don't know all of the little heritage cues, you're like some kind of plebeian that doesn't know anything about Ferraris. Like, you didn't know that this headlight shape was used on this other